This article is about why Draymond Green is right about the Warriors' championship chances. Key points. Warriors aren't done yet. Impossible to count them out until Curry retires. They have an older roster and injury concerns. But they have one of the best trios in the NBA with Curry, Jimmy Butler. And Draymond Green, they built an elite supporting cast this offseason and have trade candidates in Kuminga and Moses Moody to further strengthen their roster. Green has long been Curry's biggest defender and supporter. Knows the end is near, but not over yet. Western Conference is very competitive with Houston Rockets, Denver Nuggets, Lakers, and OKC Thunder. Green remains positive about their chances for a fifth dynasty title. Green commented on last year's playoffs. Unfortunately, Batman Curry suffered a hamstring injury, and that changed the perspective of things a bit. We think we're in an even better position now to win a championship than last year. Last year, Jimmy didn't even know any defensive terminology. We were just making it work. According to FanDuel, Warriors have 11th best odds, plus 3,000, to win the title. Numbers support Green. After acquiring Butler in February, Warriors had a 0.742 winning percentage, more than 10 per 100 possessions, best defense in the league, highest free throw rate. Adding Al Horford, an elite veteran who knows how to space the floor, protect the rim, and knows what it takes to win NBA Finals. If Kuminga isn't traded, it will be because he continued to make elite. Brandon Podziemski looks ready to bounce back from last year's poor season. Core star roster remains intact. Yes, Warriors are old and possibly injury-prone, but until injuries and ailments pile up, why count them out? I need to create an engaging YouTube script following the format with emotional hook, engaging language, proper structure, all in English. Are the Golden State Warriors being criminally underestimated by the entire NBA world right now? Picture this maddening scenario. You have a team that posted a .742 winning percentage after adding a superstar midseason, boasted the league's best defense, and features one of the most proven championship cores in NBA history, yet somehow they're sitting at 11th in championship odds. Sometimes the biggest mistake in professional sports isn't overrating a team's potential. It's allowing recency bias and age concerns to blind you to the cold, hard evidence that a dynasty still has championship-level fuel left in the tank. Warriors Nation, we need to have a serious conversation about why Draymond Green might be absolutely right about their title chances. Because while the basketball world seems ready to write off this core, the statistical evidence and roster construction tell a completely different story. This isn't about nostalgia or wishful thinking. This is about analyzing concrete data that suggests Golden State might be positioned for one more championship run that nobody sees coming. Let's start with the elephant in the room that everyone seems determined to ignore. What happened after the Warriors acquired Jimmy Butler in February? The numbers from that stretch weren't just good. They were historically dominant in ways that should have every championship contender taking notice. After Butler joined the roster, Golden State posted a .742 winning percentage. Let me put that in perspective for you. That's not just playoff-level basketball. That's historically great regular season performance that translates directly to championship-caliber play. If you told any NBA analyst that a team with that winning percentage was returning with essentially the same roster, they'd immediately pencil them in as title favorites. But the dominance extended far beyond just winning games. The Warriors became an elite defensive juggernaut, ranking as the league's best defense during that stretch. They also posted the highest free throw rate in the NBA, indicating an aggressive offensive approach that consistently put pressure on opposing defenses. These aren't fluky small sample size statistics. They represent fundamental basketball excellence across multiple areas. Draymond Green's assessment of their championship window reflects someone who lived through that transformation firsthand. When discussing their playoff exit last season, Green was candid about the impact of Stephen Curry's hamstring injury. Unfortunately, Batman suffered a hamstring injury, and that changed the perspective of things a bit. We think we're in an even better position now to win a championship than last year. That perspective becomes even more compelling when you consider Green's additional context about Butler's integration. Last year, Jimmy didn't even know any defensive terminology. We were just making it work. The implication is clear. If they were that dominant while Butler was still learning the system, imagine their potential with a full season of chemistry and preparation. The Western Conference competition is undeniably fierce, with teams like the Houston Rockets, Denver Nuggets, Los Angeles Lakers, and Oklahoma City Thunder all making legitimate championship pushes. However, this level of competition actually supports the Warriors' case rather than undermining it. Championship experience and proven performance under pressure become even more valuable when facing elite competition. The addition of Al Horford during the offseason represents exactly the type of strategic roster upgrade that championship teams make. Horford brings elite veteran leadership, floor spacing, rim protection, and most importantly, finals experience. He knows what championship-level basketball requires and how to perform when the stakes are highest. Green's confidence isn't just veteran bravado. It's rooted in understanding how rare it is to have a combination of talent, experience, and chemistry that Golden State possesses. The core trio of Curry, Butler, and Green represents one of the most formidable combinations in the NBA, blending elite offense, championship defense, and proven leadership. The supporting cast construction also deserves more credit than it's receiving. If Jonathan Kuminga isn't traded, it will likely be because he's made another developmental leap that makes him too valuable to move. Brandon Podziemski appears ready to bounce back from a disappointing sophomore season, and the depth pieces around their stars provide the flexibility needed for playoff success. The injury concerns are legitimate. This is an older roster with players who have significant mileage on their bodies. However, as Green correctly points out, until those injuries actually accumulate and impact performance, why count them out? Championship windows don't close gradually. They slam shut suddenly, and there's no evidence that Golden State's window has reached that point yet. The betting markets reflect exactly the type of undervaluation that creates championship opportunities. FanDuel has the Warriors at plus 3,000 odds, ranking them 11th among title contenders. Those odds represent incredible value for a team with their talent level, experience, and demonstrated ability to peak at the right moments. The psychological aspect of being underestimated could actually work in Golden State's favor. This core has always thrived when facing doubt and adversity, and the current narrative about their decline might provide exactly the motivation needed for another championship run. The timeline element adds urgency that often translates to focused performance. Everyone knows this could be the final opportunity for this core to add another championship, and that desperation often brings out the best in proven champions. There's no tomorrow mentality can be incredibly powerful when applied by players with championship DNA. The roster flexibility also provides options that other contenders lack. Having legitimate trade candidates like Kuminga and Moses Moody means they can still upgrade at the deadline if needed, while their core remains intact regardless of those potential moves. The chemistry factor cannot be overstated either. While other contenders are still figuring out how their new pieces fit together, the Warriors entered the season with established relationships and proven systems. That familiarity becomes exponentially more valuable during playoff pressure situations. The coaching advantage with Steve Kerr also deserves recognition. His ability to manage personalities, make crucial adjustments, and maximize talent in playoff settings has been proven repeatedly. Having that level of championship coaching provides a significant edge in close series. The defensive foundation that emerged after Butler's arrival suggests this team can compete with anyone when locked in. Elite defense travels in the playoffs, and their ability to switch, communicate, and execute complex schemes give them answers for any offensive attack they might face. The experience factor becomes even more significant when you consider how many players on this roster have been through championship runs. They understand emotional and physical demands of playoff basketball, the adjustments needed between series, and how to perform when facing elimination. The narrative about age and decline often overlooks how championship teams can exceed expectations through pure will and experience. The Warriors have repeatedly proven they can elevate their play when it matters most, and dismissing that track record based on regular season concerns seems premature. What do you think, basketball fans? Is Draymond Green absolutely correct that the Warriors are being underestimated, or are age and Western Conference competition too much to overcome? Share your thoughts in the comments below and hit that like button if you believe championship experience and proven chemistry still matter more than youth and regular season predictions. The NBA season is about to reveal whether this Warriors core has one more magical run left in them, and the early indicators suggest we might be in for a bigger surprise than anyone expects.